Hi guys, in CWQ here, and I'm getting on because there was just an update as to Mauna Loa volcano, and this is coming out of Hawaii. It says two quakes rattle Hawaii Island, prompting preparedness message as Mauna Loa unrest continues. It says Honolulu, Hawaii news now. A 5.0 shook Hawaii Island on Friday morning, causing minor property damage in some areas and triggering a series of aftershocks that officials say could continue for days. The Hawaiian Volcano Observatory said the larger quake came just 24 seconds after a 4.6 magnitude quake. Both were centered south of Pahala, near the southeastern flank of Mauna Loa. One of the larger one at a depth of 4.6 miles, and at Pahala, authorities confirmed some minor damage. Talmaj Magno, administrator of Hawaiian County Civil Defense, said part of the ceiling collapsed at Pahala's Herc's Gym while rocks fell onto Highway 11. It shook pretty well to the point that we're finding that there is damage, minor damage at this point to public facilities as well as private facilities. I heard the earthquake coming, and then all of a sudden everything started shaking, so I had to hold on. I had to hold the wall, said Dwayne Santiago, an employee at the Manuzo Supret in Pahala, where items were tossed off the grocery shelves. A generator powered the store after electricity went out in the area. Power's out, the store was closed because we had a lot of broken stuff that fell off the shelves and broke, and everybody's just cleaning up, said another employee who gave their first name as Lori. Scientists say it's still unclear if the quakes are directly related to ongoing unrest at Mauna Loa, but they said residents should update their evacuation plans. The two earthquakes occurred so close together that they felt like one with several different bumps in it to people, said Ken Han, HVO scientist in charge. And so there was a much longer duration of shaking than we would normally feel during an earthquake of those magnitudes. At Kauai and Pahala Elementary School, Principal Sharon Beck said that quakes were powerful. Drawers opened, bookshelves came down, binders came down, clocks came down, computer screens broke, she added. They evacuated students out of the classrooms into the yard for safety. The two larger quakes triggered a series of aftershocks, most of which have been small. The biggest came in at a magnitude 4.0, and officials warned they could continue for days and possibly weeks. Hawaiian Volcano Observatory scientists said the tremors appeared to be related to readjustments along the southeast flank of Mauna Loa, and came as authorities had been monitoring increased seismic activity. It is very difficult to tell if these are magma driven or just something driven basically by time and loading of the volcano, so that we're seeing the flank move a little bit, said Han. Mauna Loa last erupted in 1984, sending lava within a few miles of the Kamana area of Hilo. During that eruption, residents had time to prepare. It was a higher slope area and was estimated that it would take days, not hours, before any part of Hilo was threatened, said former Hawaiian County Mayor Harry Kim, who was the civil defense administrator at the time of the eruption. The U.S. Geological Survey says flows from Mauna Loa's northeast flank, where the 1984 eruption occurred, would take weeks to reach the Hilo area. However, the vent opened on the southwest rift zone. It would take just a few hours or lava to reach the ocean. A flow in 1950 that covered the village in Pahoho made it to the ocean in just 3 hours. Last week, the elevated seismic activity prompted the precautionary close of Mauna Loa's summit backcountry. HVO said the area would be closed until further notice. Mayor Mitch Roth says it is not the time to panic, but if you live in the area where the lava can go from the summit to the ocean in 4 hours, it's important to know what you have around and to be prepared for that. For Hawaiian County Civil Defense Volcano Hazard page, you can check out more. Okay, so that was one article that I found. The other one that I was looking at was what was stated 16 hours ago. Experts are saying Mauna Loa eruption will happen in the future. And the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory is closely monitoring the Mauna Loa volcano for changes. Officials said they cannot pinpoint an exact time when it might erupt. However, they are anticipating a potential eruption. Geologist Frank Trusdell said scientists detected 49 small earthquakes under the volcano Friday and 65 earthquakes the day prior. These earthquakes suggest that there's an influx of magma in the reservoir. His message is to watch for summit phases. Summit phases look like linear cracks spewing from the ground, and those are the first signs before an eruption. He said scientists should know which direction they live from the volcano and only consider evacuating after that type of activity. Anyways, you guys, if you live in an area where these earthquakes are, it's time to have your go bag. Be ready. Listen to what your authorities are saying there. And like they said, if you live within 4 hours of this volcano, know which way you're going to go to get away. Anyways, just be ready, be prepared, and much love.